draw me like one of your French girls. So, welcome back everyone. Finally managed to get back out in the woods. So we're come out on an afternoon that's blowing a gale. Got very heavy rain rolling across, so stuck the tarp up just to keep out the worst of it. The sun's just broken through now, so we're on for a winner, I think. On for a winner. But the reason for today's outing is a new little stove that I've got. It's a wood gasification stove, or simply just a wood gas stove. It's a twig stove that can be used out in the field, gathered up bits and bobs of little bits of wood, and it's burnt through, and it has we'll explain more when I get it out the bag and we'll have a look through it. But yeah, it's an efficient and quite good way of burning fuel that's found in the woods. So there's plenty of different variations of this stove that are on the market. Some of them are, I think, made abroad, shall we say, in the great realm of China. But I've opted to go for one that's slightly closer to home, and I believe they're the originators of the pattern. And they're a company from Bridport, I believe, in Dorset, called Wild Stove. So they're quite well, the name says it all really. They make wild stoves. So when you, with your stove, you get this little booklet that says congratulations on your wood gas stove. This is the second variant of their stove, and basically the trivet on the top is slightly different to their Mark 1, but I've gone for this one. They did have an option of it. I also, on this one, went for the option of a little stowaway tub that it can all sit into, and which doubles up as a cooking pot. So I'll get it all out, and we'll have a look. So it comes in quite a nice little cotton carry pouch, which is going to be quite good for when it gets a bit grubby and that. It won't rub off in the bottom of your bag. There's my book. So what we got? So as you see, it comes in its own little stowaway pot, which is something that I opted for as an option. It's a 775 milliliter cooking pot. I should have maybe taken all the stickers off and that, but oh well, we're on camera now. So yeah, it's quite a nice little open up system. Good long handle to keep that going. And inside here you have the this is a sort of nylon, sort of ripstop nylon pouch that the stove itself comes in. So move the pot out of the way and get this one out. Put it on here so we can see. So that's the trivet I'll talk about in a minute. So it comes in several sections. You've got the bottom part here. I don't know if we can see what we're doing. Clear a bit of ground. Bottom part there, and then your fuel tray, which I believe goes in here, and then your top burner that goes on top. So you can see, let's move that bit in there. So I don't know if you can make it out. Inside the rim on here, there are some holes, some little holes around on the inside. So you set all your twigs up and you set fire in here, and as the fuel burns, you would normally get the you would imagine if you were to get like a bush box, which is basically just a campfire in a stainless steel case. The heat from the fire would be what you cook on. But with the wood gas stove, it actually takes the gas from when the wood's burnt, and it channels it up through, losing all my gear, this sort of walled lining, and it reignites it as it comes out of these holes, and basically acts as a sort of inverted gas hob, which is quite good. And so you get a secondary burn, and it's very efficient. And when it's going properly, it can be almost smokeless. So yeah, I thought we'll get this somewhat set up. I need to process a bit of wood down. Oh, and this is what I was saying about the secondary. The Mark II has a little part that goes on the top, which your pan can sit on quite nicely like that. I don't know if that's making that out. Yeah, sits really well. This isn't the same company that makes these, I don't think, but they managed to get these almost perfectly to fit in this. So it's a good option if you're looking to get one, and it fits perfectly on top as well. So they must be somewhat affiliated. But yeah, so we're going to get this thing stoked up, see how it burns, and see what's going on with it. First burn. So I've been around, picked up a few bits of wood, little. It only takes little bits like this, up to sort of bits like that, because they sit inside, as long as I can fit in, and they'll burn evenly. So there's two main ways of doing this, lighting this stove, and of course with everything, whichever way you were shown is the only way, and there's 100 people online that will tell you 100 different ways of doing it. So reading the book says all. It actually says there's two main ways of doing it. You can either continuously feed it, in other words lighting a fire in the base and then feeding it like you would a normal fire, or what a lot of people online do and are convinced is the only way to do it, is to put all your timber in, then set fire to it from the top, and what's called a top lit burn, and it burns its way down through. I don't really have any favours, or they both seem to work from videos and research I've done. So I am going to try the lighting a fire in the bottom method and building it up that way. That's just being a scout and all that sort of malarkey. That's how we've always built fires, from the ground up. So that's just what I'm used to. So I will try it, and then another time I'll try it from lighting from the top. But for now, I'm going to do it the way that I would know how to. So, cool, that wind's coming across now. Hopefully you can't hear that. Let's get this thing lit. So I'm using a bit of birch bark that I've had sitting around at home for quite a while. Now I'm a little bit concerned because it's windy, and I think this is all going to blow away. But I'm getting a few scrapings together. So I'm actually going to transfer those into there. Don't know if you're getting any of this, probably not. We can try lighting that. As I thought, it's just burnt out. Oh. This birch bark is being a bastard. Oh, there we go. No. Right, so the birch bark that I had unfortunately has failed me because I took it off a tree quite a while ago and it still has loads of, well, wood essentially on the back of it still, and it's dried out now and it's just gone really brittle, and it just wasn't catching with sort of the amount of wood that was on the back. So I've taken a wander over into a load of coniferous trees that are back behind us, and I've come back with what I think is a load of pine resin. Just scraped it off of one of the trees. So we'll have a go, see if we can light that up. See what mess this makes. Break these pieces up. Hopefully this will take a spark. It's fizzing. It's quite break it up a bit. Right, I might have it finally going. God, this has been an absolute mission. It's still no dead cert, let's put it that way. Oh, I've lost all my small sticks as well, so that's fucking good. Set my trousers on fire. I did say smokeless, but only when it's going. It's not too easy to see with the wind, but it is starting to gasify. You can just see them coming in from the outside. Don't know if you can see it from there. Just sort of around here, it's starting to come through those holes. I'm going to get it stoked up a bit. This is going to be a very well earned cup of coffee, I think. It's just going to take a bit of practice getting used to the way it works. Bit unsteady, but it's on. I just had a little drama. I was watching some of the footage back and I hadn't noticed it had gone out, but essentially I've stoked it back up and blown some air into it, and as you can see now it's starting to burn quite nicely. Yeah, so what I've learnt about this stove is it's high maintenance. Still not 100%. I think for quick flash cooking of something, it'd be really good. But finding it hard to even just boil some water. Doesn't help that what I'm using, I think it's dead hazel, and it doesn't really burn. It just sort of turns to ash. So at the moment, not really a winner. Like I said, I'll try it the other way, putting a load of fuel in the bottom and then lighting it on top, because I can see why that would work better. Don't know if the camera's picking up that, but there's someone or something having a right old knock over there. It's not a woodpecker. If it is a woodpecker, it's a woodpecker the size of a Shetland pony. Just want some coffee. I don't know if you can see it now, it's started to fire up a bit, so it sort of comes and goes. It's very quick to burn, and then it will just die down again, and then you've got to go through the rigmarole of stoking it back up. Which might be, as I said, because I have done it the well, as it says in the book, the continuous feeding method. All this wood is just totally dead. There's like no fuel in it. Looks good now though. I'll see if I can get close up. Oh my god. This thing is a first time, first burn, eh? It's being a bit of a butch. Smouldering again. Why won't this just burn? Fuck me. I would have thought that fuel would have burnt. This stove has been one of the most awkward things I've ever had to try and use. So, yeah. Definitely need to have a think about it, or try the other method. I've seen people use the wood pellets, and apparently they burn for hours. A long time, so we'll see. The wood around here it's really wet. It's just not burning. It's just, I don't know what that knocking is. There's someone building a house over there or something. Just want to boil some water to make a coffee. I can go home. Still not burning, look. Fucking thing. Just burn, please. I think it's caught the fresh fuel I put on now, so. So I just had to think about it, and I said it to myself earlier. It's called the continuous feed method, so maybe the idea is you just continuously feed little sticks. Something's making a noise. I hope it's the coffee. Oh, the wind. It's steaming. It is actually steaming. We're actually getting coffee. We're actually getting coffee coming through. Oh my god. Right. Like I said, this is going to be one of the most well-earned cups of coffee I've ever had. Can't wait. I'm excited. Oh, just the sun comes out as well. Okay, that'll do. That'll fucking do her. Pour it all down the fucking side of the cup. Oh! There it is. Oh. That's been a long time coming. But hey, it's burning nicely now. Oh. I'll lie down. Draw me like one of your French girls. That might be the intro. Right, so finally got ourselves a hot cup of coffee. Conditions weren't ideal for this particular stove, but I'm not going to blame that. I think it was also inexperience. I don't think the method that I used to light it was all that good, because it's hard to get the oxygen into it, whereas if you're burning it from the top, it's constantly going, so it works its way down, which I will try next time. I'm not going to give up on it. And then we're in middle of March now, so most things are quite dead, or at least around here are quite dead. So yeah, not the ideal wood to have. It says in the booklet about seasoned timber, but the idea for me of having this stove is that I don't have to carry fuel, because I've got the Trangier, which of course I carry the alcohol in, which by the way this can be actually used with the Trangier burner, because you can turn the tray upside down and sit the burner on top, and then the burner just sit there, and then you can put whatever you want on top, which is quite good. This thing weighs half of what my Trangier weighs, so yeah, it's a good stove to have. I just need to learn how to use it properly, I think. Trial and error, practice, and we'll get somewhere with it. That's another thing though, because you're burning wood, it turns everything black. Give that a good go over when we get home. But even that wood that I put in there right at the very end, just to give it that last bit of heat, just to cause that to boil, that's already completely burnt through. It's just burning the gas now. Yeah. The pieces of wood that I was getting in were only, well, like that, only little twigs. I tried getting a few bits that are, thick as your thumb, but it just wasn't taking. These just weren't catching. I could have split these down, but it's just more effort, isn't it? And it's actually gone out now. I'm not going to bother. Yeah. I'm not going to bother getting it going again now. Had me coffee, or got me coffee. Fucking prized possession this is. I'll be sad when it's finished. So yeah, well, I hope you hope you enjoyed me toiling over a very smoky little stove, and hopefully I'll be able to get out and do some more, and we'll yeah, catch up on the next one. All right, cheers now, bye.